Welcome into another, what you know is going to be an awesome edition of Southern Nevada Living. I'm Dennis Silvers, along with my fantastic co-host. She is a realtor extraordinaire for Realty One. Did I say it the way you wrote it? Okay. All right. Elaine Hansen. And we've got a terrific show for you today. One that I know you're going to be very, very interested in with our very, very great guest.
A lot of good info.
Yeah, a lot of good info. So you're looking for, how was your week?
Excellent.
Good.
All is good. Beautiful time of year here.
Yeah, it's a great time of year.
Mm-hmm.
Getting cooler. It's like getting fall here in Las Vegas, folks. We do have seasons here, you know, like where you might be living. Anyway, before we start with our guest, of course, we have the property of the week with Elaine. So take it away.
This is a very unique property this week. We have 39046 Gun Road. This sits up in North Las Vegas. It's kind of around Craig and Decatur area. What is unique, you ask? This property has RU zoning on a half an acre. What is RU zoning, you ask? Well, do you want to have horses? Do you want to have chickens or ducks? You can do it. Do you have a business and you need vehicles or equipment? You can store them. No HOA to stop any of that. This property, as I said, it's on a half acre, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. It's built in 1979, but the owners have done so much to this house. In the last several years, they've done new HVAC unit all throughout. The new high efficiency windows, new roof with new fascia and new gutters, new attic radiant barrier insulation installed. So that gives you extra insulation for the home.
Wow.
They've refreshed the pool plaster, the decking, and the equipment. They have also replaced, which anybody that owns a home knows that when you replace the water line to the main, that's kind of expensive, and it's all done for you. They've also added a 10 by 12 tough shed. They put it on a slab. They put electrical to it, and they currently use it as a workout room. In addition, what I call the back 40, because there's a huge area in the back, as you probably will see on the photos, they have an additional storage shed for all those storage needs. It has RV parking with an RV gate, a fully gated yard, new exterior paint, new landscaping and drip system. It is just an incredibly beautiful home. $639,500. That's it. This thing is going to go very quickly. So if you're interested, reach out today. It's a great property. It really is.
It sounds like a great property.
Yeah, it's super.
Wow. I like the name of the street, Gun Road.
6 Gun.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Horses or chickens or whatever.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's unique zoning to be in Las Vegas.
Very unique. Very, very unique. The topic of this show is trust and probate, how to protect your assets. And I'd like to now introduce this week's guest, Kirk Kaplan. Thank you for joining us very much.
Yeah.
Good to have you.
Thank you for the invite.
He's been in Las Vegas since 1975. And you're a licensed CPA for the last 35 years.
Yes, I am.
That's a long time.
Sure.
A licensed attorney for 29 years. That's also a long time. You're a member of the Academy of Magical Arts at the Magic Castle in Hollywood, California.
Yes.
Where I used to go fairly often when I lived there.
Sure.
Yeah, it was absolutely great. And for the past 17 years, you are currently the owner and operator of Crest Key Legal and Accounting here in Las Vegas, where you assist families with tax planning, probate, and setting up wills and trusts. So it's going to be a very interesting, informative show for you guys. Kirk, thanks for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
I know you have a question for Kirk.
I do.
So let you take it away.
Okay. Well, you and I both been doing our respective areas of work for almost 30 years.
Sure.
And I'd like you to explain to the public, like, why is having a will and a trust so important?
Right now, approximately 40% of the population have a will at a minimum. The rest of the population, 60%, do not have a will at a minimum, and less people have trusts. And the purpose of having a will and a trust is so that you can dictate and control who your property go to after you've passed. The reason why we want to have a trust also is that we want to be able to avoid probate while we're living, because our trustee can manage our assets while we cannot, because we're incapacitated.
Huh.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Real quickly, what's easier to set up? Is it a will or is it a trust?
A will is easier to set up because all you do is you tell the attorney or the person you're working with on what you want the will to say, who gets your property, and who's going to manage your will after you die, such as the executor, who you want that to be. That's all you have to do. All right. If you want to set up a trust, is you do the same interview that you would for a will, but afterwards, after the trust is set up, you need to make sure that the assets are funded into the trust. When I say the word funded, that means actually having your trust name on things you show ownership by title, such as a house, a bank account, an investment account.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. All right. I'll tell you what, it is time to take our first break here on Southern Nevada Living. And after this short break, we will be back, all of us, with our special guest, Kirk Kaplan. So don't move. We're coming right back at you.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Las Vegas area? Elaine Hansen with Realty One Group. Born and raised right here, with over 28 years of full-time, full-service experience. Call today and make your next move with confidence.
Oh. Hey, did you find the manual?
Yes, of course I found it. No, I need that.
Summon Dale!
Who's Dale?
A real human.
I'm Dale. American Home Show now provides video chat with live repair experts for home fixes over the phone. Let's go fix that oven.
Okay, Dale.
I need my phone back. Fix it over video chat with American Home Shield.
Lawyers Title of Nevada. Rooted in Las Vegas nearly 40 years, serving Southern Nevada with unmatched local knowledge and dedication. With the backing of the nation's largest title insurance company, our experienced staff is your powerhouse team, committed to seamless closings, clear communication, and concierge-level service. Because to us, it's never just a transaction. At Lawyers Title, personal experience matters.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to more of Southern Nevada Living. I'm Dennis. She is Elaine, and we are here with our special guest, Kirk Kaplan. And let me ask you this, Kirk.
Sure.
Nobody likes to think about it, but eventually we all pass.
We do.
Some people takes a little bit longer than other people. Can you explain the difference to our audience between having just a will and having a trust and a will?
Sure. Usually when you do estate planning, the full estate planning, you want to have a trust and a will. All right. A will is a letter written to the probate court telling the probate court what you want done with your probate property.
Okay.
And probate property is things that are not inside of a trust. All right. So if you don't have your trust fully funded with an asset, it has to go through probate.
Right.
And you create a will while you're living, and it becomes effective only after you die.
After you die.
Right. And then it only controls the probate assets, things that have to be subject to probate. And then after the probate, it will be poured into your trust.
Okay.
Okay. Instead of giving to your children, you give it to your trust.
So essentially, the will itself is just gonna, you still have to go through probate if you
Yes.
only have a will.
A will does not avoid probate because it's a letter written to the probate court.
Right.
And you want somebody to read your letter, right?
Yeah.
If they read your letter, that means probate.
Yeah. You hear stories about people writing a will on a napkin
They can.
and stuff.
It's called holographic will, and they're enforceable in Nevada.
Wow.
They just have to sign and date it at the bottom, and it's
I'll
good.
be darned.
Yeah.
That's good.
Sure can.
I'll be darned.
And so now with a trust is after you establish the trust, you need to make sure you have title to your assets in the name of the trust. So when we do estate planning for people, we do a deed and we'll name the trust as the owner of that asset.
Okay.
And that's why it avoids probate, because it's a contract is what you're entering into with the people that you want to run after
Right.
you die. Also, a trust helps out while you're living. If you become incapacitated, you can have somebody immediately step in and manage your assets for you, thus avoiding guardianship court.
Yeah. And that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
that's
when you
a
have
good
the
thing.
trust, it avoids having to go to probate and having all those, legal, taking the time it takes for probate,
Correct.
but also
Yeah.
the expense of it.
Mm-hmm. My average probate is between 6 and 8 months. My average trust administration is between 4 and 6 months. And it's a lot less
Okay.
money.
A lot less money.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So with families who are in the situation in the event of a death and they decide they're going to sell that property, how does it affect the real estate transaction if it's in a trust versus a will?
Well, it's actually very simple to sell a house when it's inside of a trust. After the loved one dies, you have to record what's called a certificate of incumbency. It's known in other states as affidavit of successor trustee. And once that's recorded, that's a document that says, I have authority under the trust. I was nominated under the trust, and I have authority under the trust
Right.
to sell this property.
Right.
All that individual has to do is sign up the listing agreement with the realtor, and off you go. No court involvement at all.
Much more streamlined.
Yes.
Yes. So if they had a will and they have to sell, just the will, and they go to probate, then that house then is involved in a probate court.
It is, and it can be delayed, because we have to file an opening petition and then to sell the property. It could be delayed to sell the property, even to begin the process could be delayed up to a month and a half or 2 months. Where after someone passes, as soon as the death certificate's issued, which is just a few weeks afterwards, they can have the house up for sale.
Yeah.
With a trust.
Interesting.
I've had probates take a year and a half because things just didn't go right.
Sure. There's all kinds of interesting things that have risen during probates.
And I think what people don't realize when they have to go through probate is that they have to keep the house up through all that time. So
They do. Pay the mortgage, make sure the water stayed on.
Yeah.
It gets hot here in the summertime. We got to keep the electricity on for the air conditioner to go. Make sure the plants are watered, and for sure, take care of the pets.
Exactly.
Manage for the pets. Yeah.
For sale.
Yeah.
For sale.
Yeah.
Are there certain ways that you would suggest to convey property at the time of death, like how it should be drawn up?
Well, the trust is actually the best way to convey your property, because it's very clear the person who created the trust, which is the grantor, they've put out specific instructions on how property is to be managed. And it just gives such a clear pathway for people to follow, where if you die without a will, then there's a lot more messiness that's out there that people have to contend with and could cause family fights.
Yeah.
And the one main thing that I like to do with my estate planning is to keep the family fusses down.
Yeah.
Because that's not what mom and dad would want.
No. And just emotions are high.
Yes.
At that time
Yeah.
with the loss. And one less thing to have to worry about if they have a trust in place.
Yes.
It's all
exactly
spelled out
right.
for them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Let me ask you quickly, how did you decide to get into this area of law as opposed to becoming a PI attorney or family law or something?
Well, before I went to law school, I performed a lot of fiduciary accountings for estates and trusts, and I prepared tax returns, federal tax returns for estates and trusts. And it was just something that was always interesting to me, that I got to read the trust documents and the wills that were created, because it would affect the elections under the accountings and the tax return preparation. And after a while, I'm going like, I could have built this a little bit better, more crisp, so that we'd have been able to have a better deduction. And the only way I could have done that is I have to go to law school.
Oh, wow.
And
you went to law.
so I went to law school and got my law degree and now became an attorney. I'm licensed here in Nevada and Colorado. And I then was taken under the tutelage of a very well-known estate planning attorney here in town. And he taught me the ropes on how to draft and how to administer trusts after someone died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And you do that and a CPA and magician.
Yes,
Which leads
that's
us
my
to-
passionate. Yeah.
You're a one-stop shop.
Oh, yeah. So who's your favorite magician?
Well, first off, I have to say out loud, my favorite magician my whole life is my mentor for 15 years. His name was Leo Binky. And he recently passed 2 years ago. And he significantly affected my magic. And I learned magic from him back when he did not know I existed when I was 7 years old, watching his hands teach magic over the television.
That's weird.
And then 40 years later, I got to meet him in person. And after a bit of begging, he finally decided he was going to help me move my magic along.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
But but I will tell you, my favorite performing magician right now is Matt Franco and Mac King.
Matt King.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Matt King was actually
Yeah.
Matt King was actually the inspiration for a magic effect that you asked me to share with you today.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Lance Burton. I know he's not really performing now, but his first 10, 12 minutes of sleight of hand, I just thought was amazing, just dumbfounded. It was right there in front of me. I don't know how he's doing it.
He's a master magician, and he's very kind, and he's giving back to the community.
That's wonderful to hear.
Mhm.
Good to hear.
That is.
How about you, Dennis?
I love all magic and magicians, but I like David Copperfield. I've
Yeah.
seen him a number
big
of
one.
times. He's become a favorite.
Mhm.
But anybody who does magic is absolutely great. And speaking of magic,
You
Sure,
gonna show us a little something?
sure. You want me to help you with a magical moment here?
That would be magical.
Magical
be
moment here.
magical, yeah.
All right, let me see what I can do here for us here. All right, I've got 3 ropes. Hey, would you take a look at this rope right here and tell me if it has any stretches? Look at that one. Does it stretch at all? Anything like that?
No.
No stretches, no secret passages or anything like that?
No.
All right, hey, would you take a look at this right here? And does that stretch also?
It's just a basic rope.
It doesn't. All right. So I just want to make sure that we're very clear that I have a short, a medium, and a long rope. Now, the one thing is don't believe your lying eyes, because they're actually all the same length. Now, I'll prove it to you that they're all the same length. 1, 2, 3. They're all the same length. Now, I know you only have 2 eyes and I've got 3 ropes, so it's unfair.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and take it down to 2 ropes just to
Okay.
make it easy. 1 eye for each rope. I'm just going ahead and make it into 1 rope. How about that?
And he's right here
All
in
right.
front of us.
Right, and you know what? The one thing is, if you don't watch out, you're gonna go in circles. Right. All right, I'll just go back to 1 rope to make it easy for you. All right, now the one thing is this, is I've been married 38 years, and my wife, every time we get in an argument, she makes me put my left hand in my back pocket. You know why?
Why?
These are very sharp fingers, and I'll prove it to you. I can just cut a rope like that. Right? Now, would you do me a favor? Would you go ahead and pull all 3 of these ropes right here, and all at one time? Yes, and they happen to all go back to short, medium, and long.
Oh,
Thank you.
wonderful. And that's
you.
right in front of us.
That is great.
That's great.
Oh my God. And he will be appearing at Caesar's Palace in about a month, and we will let you know when.
When that
is
happens.
absolutely awesome. All right, let's step away, take another short break. We come back, we'll wrap up the show, and they have a lot more for you. So stay tuned.
Be right back.
Looking to buy or sell a home in the Las Vegas area? Elaine Hansen with Realty One Group. Born and raised right here, with over 28 years of full-time, full-service experience. Call today and make your next move with confidence.
Mama, look.
It's just like our new house. I hope you have an American Home Shield warranty. Leaky toilet? Fixed. Clogged AC coils? Fixed. Oven beyond repair? Ta-da! If AHS can't fix your covered item, they'll replace it, no matter its age.
A warranty is smart.
Oh, a happy family.
Is that us?
Too much. American Home Shield. Don't worry, be warranty.
Lawyer's Title of Nevada. Rooted in Las Vegas nearly 40 years. Serving Southern Nevada with unmatched local knowledge and dedication. With the backing of the nation's largest title insurance company, our experienced staff is your powerhouse team, committed to seamless closings, clear communication, and concierge-level service. Because to us, it's never just a transaction. At Lawyers Title, personal experience matters.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to last segment of Southern Nevada Living. Hope you're enjoying the show. Sweela bringing it to you. And our guest is absolutely terrific, Kirk Kaplan. And Kirk, our show is about living in Southern Nevada.
Mhm.
How is Nevada different than other places when it comes to all this legal stuff?
Well,
the wills and the trusts?
the
and stuff?
wonderful thing that we have in Nevada is that we're a community property state. And there are special tax advantages that are granted to married persons living and under community property regimens under the Internal Revenue Code. And so there's tax benefits that are provided for the surviving spouse after someone passes. And the most important way to elect that under the Internal Revenue Code is you have to make sure you expressly claim you want community property benefits under the Internal Revenue Code.
Okay.
So when a married couple is holding property outside of a trust, they would want to hold it as husband and wife community property with rights of survivorship,
Okay.
not as husband and wife joint tenants with rights of survivorship.
That is
Okay.
big. That is a big difference.
Yes, and the
Yeah.
reason why is when you take property as joint tenants, under the Internal Revenue Code, you are telling the IRS that you are electing out of community property benefits. Each share of the joint tenancy is separate property and does not
Interesting.
receive a more favorable treatment at the death of the first spouse.
That's interesting.
And with that, there's some tax implications. Is there some kind of tax implications for like if a spouse passes away and then the other spouse? Is there any or no?
Yes. Well, this is kind of the math here is a little bit hard, but what you need to think about is under the Internal Revenue Code, there's appraisal of property after someone passes. And you want that appraisal because we need to know what our tax basis is, what our deduction is going to be in the future when we sell the property.
Right.
And so under community property, when someone passes, the value of that property, usually everybody knows it is a step up in basis. We have to have an appraisal done so that we know what our new basis is and the whole value of the property if it's community property. If you have joint tenancy or separate property, it's only the value attributable to the deceased gets appraised, not the surviving spouse's portion of the property.
Yeah.
Which can be a huge tax savings.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
And this is why you choose an attorney that knows the tax implications.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
Yes.
What would your what would your advice be to a young family starting out? Would you?
If they're first starting out and they're buying a home, the one thing is please take title as property, as community property with rights of survivorship. Please do not take it as husband and wife joint tenancy with rights of survivorship because you are electing out of community property benefits.
Which I think most people do, but
You are correct.
that's
Yes.
I'm usually at the signing table.
that's
and
very
Mhm.
good.
the escrow company can't give them any advice.
They cannot.
And that's usually what they choose. And so it's really, I have
right.
taken a class from him and he's extremely knowledgeable. And after hearing that, then I knew. I was like, oh, okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
really.
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah.
I'm giving tax advice.
I know you're
but
not.
I just let them know they really need to seek
Yeah.
some help.
Yes.
That brings me to a question. Do realtors at all get involved in stuff like this when they're selling a home after they've sold a home?
We don't get involved in
Are you asked
any-
about it?
If we are asked about it, we usually defer to somebody that
Okay.
is an
A
expert
magician.
in that field.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. Can you explain what homesteading is here in Nevada?
Yes, homesteading is a asset protection device that has been created under the Nevada revised statutes. With right now, it's $655,000 that you can protect in equity.
Ooh.
That's the value of your home over the debt that you happen to owe on it. What happens is that law is brought about because public policy is we do not want people to become homeless
Right.
because they happen to have an accident
Yeah.
and hurt somebody, and that they're sued and that their home is liquidated to pay the debt of that. So people are allowed to attach the home, but they can't kick you out of your home.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's important.
Yes.
That's important.
Mhm.
As you know, there's a lot of young people moving to Southern Nevada. What would be your advice to young families in getting a little more financially stable and taking that big step of buying a home.
Well, if you have children, one of the main things you need to do is you need to make sure you have advanced directives on who's going to take care of the children when you cannot because you're incapacitated.
Yeah.
You know, not having that set up could cause a big fuss in the guardianship court, could be thousands of dollars because of that. So if you would just take some time to pre-set up who's going to take care of your children if both of you are incapacitated.
Right.
That would be, I think, one of the main things I would tell people is please protect your children if you become incapacitated.
Which can all be wrapped into a trust.
And afterwards,
Correct?
well, that's a separate election, but it's involved similar with a trust, but it's a separate election.
I think sometimes when people are younger, they don't always see that they need something like that. But really, especially when kids start to become involved, you really need to lay it out because we never know what's going to happen.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
Excellent.
you never know.
This has been great information.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Kirk, thank you for your time and sharing your knowledge with us today. Those people out there that might be needing someone with your expertise, how do they get a hold of you?
Well, you can always call my office, and Tanya will be happy to take your call.
She's wonderful.
Our phone number is 702-202-4153.
Okay, easy enough.
Yes. Yeah.
We're going to have that on, plus all your other information, so people have plenty
Thank
of
you.
time to take this on.
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's great. No, great show, great information,
Yep.
and it's important information
It's very important.
for anybody that is moving here or anywhere for that matter. Wouldn't you agree?
I would definitely agree. I think it's been great information. It's not always something people want to think about,
Yeah.
but it's something we need to know.
Yeah, something you need to know. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this edition. Goes by all too fast of Southern Nevada Living. I'm Dennis. She's Elaine. And for Kirk Kaplan, thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you back next week, same time, same place. And we'll be looking for you. So long, everybody.
Bye.